Morning Geeks! Jeffrey Powers here with Geekazine and Morning Geeks. Welcome to the show where we geek out at everything geeky in your geeky world. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening. And hopefully we'll stay on longer than 60 seconds because Facebook's being a poopy poop. They are. How are they being a poopy poop? Well, simply, I have this music. I license this music, this through Epidemic Sound. And they are, every now and then, I go to start the live broadcast. I have like this 5-minute buffer, which means, it sits there and says, hey, in 5 minutes, we're going to start the show. So that way people can get their coffees and get their stuff and sit down and watch the show. But the problem is that it's tripping on this sound. So, and I had this problem 2 weeks ago. Last week didn't have the problem. And now this week I'm having the problem. Here's the bigger problem. And that is I am going to be, there's more music integrated in here. So we might get cut off by Facebook because they're not reading the email that Epidemic Sound sent them saying, hey, don't cut them off. Don't cut them off. It's okay. Don't cut them off. I'm going to have to send another letter, and we'll see what happens. So if we get cut off during this live broadcast, then I apologize, but there's not much I can do because I integrate music with the show. And anyway. How y'all doing? You have hopefully you're having a better morning than I am. It's a kind of small little bump in the road. No, you think about it. So happy Stardate 70060.4. I hope you're having a great Friday morning. Happy National Underwear Day. If you're not wearing it, you're going commando. Happy Carnival of Bogota. That's all, folks. Happy Carnival of Bogota. And happy birthday to Maureen McCormick. Marsha. Oh, man. I'm not even going to tell you how old she is, but happy birthday to her. We got we got a big show today. We're going to talk about Suicide Squad. We're going to talk about of course, the news of the week. And, of course, always a product. I got my newest product this week that I got from my friends over at Verizon is the Moto Droid. And what's special about this Moto Droid is the fact that it comes with this detachable projector and magnetic. And so it snaps right in. There we go. Snug right in. And it's got a little kickstand, and just said that it hooked up. It's got a little kickstand, little focus dial, and the button, which will then turn on. There we go. Which will then turn on the projector. As you can see, there's the projector right there. You can't see it. Let's see if it can project it on the wall or something. There's my phone. It's not in focus. I got to focus it out really quick. But you get the idea. So your phone will have a projector, and it's actually totally detachable. So you don't have to take it with you everywhere you go because it's kind of heavy. It is kind of heavy. Also, you might notice that I am actually switching back and forth between cameras. I am working with bringing in my other system. Excuse me, my other system. So I 2 cameras. I'm using the Blackmagic A10. So I can switch back and forth. I'll also be mounting a camera up on top so we can take a look at the desktop. And this is mostly for Geekazine stuff, but it's also for Morning Geek stuff, so I can switch it back and forth. And now that they've got a good app that will let me control it from a mobile device, and I've got an Android device in which I have it loaded up, I can now be a little bit more portable, hide everything in the corner, and go from there and not have to have wires. And that's the important thing. No wires. Well, besides the charge cable. And I'm good to go. So anyway, that is that's the intro. So if you've got any questions, hey, you can tweet me over at Geekazine. And of course, geekazine@gmail.com. Facebook.com/Geekazine. Go over there and subscribe. And YouTube.com/Geekazine. We hit over 8,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing to the show over on YouTube. That's where I do a lot of videos. I appreciate it much. Go over there and subscribe now. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into. We have to. Let's load that up. I need to load that up. I need to. These things I need to do. Go over to geekazine.com. You can find out about HBO, Showtime, and Stars without a cable subscription. 5 awesome iPhone features you should be aware of. A lot of other good stuff. So let's get into the show. Hopefully we won't get nixed by Facebook. Bad Facebook. And let's get our stuff started here. You know, there is an Easter egg in each Xbox One S. It's a little Master Chief, not a Master Chef, because that'd be kind of cool if a Master Chef was there. I mean, he'd be cooking up your food and everything like that, and he'd be like, "Master, let's do that. Let's give you some food." Anyway, it's a Master Chief, and YouTuber Austin Evans found it during the deconstruction of his Xbox One S. And it's over the optical disc bracket on the Xbox One S. Now, I'm going to actually have to now tear open my Xbox One. And since I have a regular Xbox One, I'll probably just etch it down on the bottom there and go from there. No, we haven't gotten banned yet? Good! Woohoo! All right, let's move on from there and go from there. So, ABC pretty much has the corner on Star Wars like CBS does with Star Trek, but could they be possibly working on a network show like CBS is doing with Star Trek? Well, ABC Entertainment President Channing Dungey says they are in talks for that to happen. Now, it won't be anytime soon, so don't expect it in the fall or anything like that. But it might happen, and we might see something like similar to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or DC Legends. Hopefully it won't be an evening soap like Once Upon a Time. Oh my god, I don't get that show. I just don't get that show. I know some of you out there do, but I'm not an evening soap person. I like professional wrestling. That's my evening soap right there. Anyway, a Rocketeer reboot? Well, yes, please. I'd really like one. The new version might be called The Rocketeers and will be written by Max Winkler and Matt Spicer. It sounds like it's going to be a Ghostbusters type reboot, making the Rocketeer a black female, but it's all in the beginning stages. Now, the original movie wasn't a blockbuster, but it saw a lot of post-traction in the post-theater era. So, but you got to really wonder, is the Rocketeer, could we see a Rocketeer versus Iron Man? Next generation Rocketeer versus next generation Iron Man or Iron Woman, because they're both going to be black females, teenage females or something like that. It's possible. It's very possible. Let's move on from there. Wondering how much the Joker is in Mark Hamill? Well, this Imager meme says it all. Too bad it doesn't also have Trickster in the name. No, wait, what's Mark's middle name? Richard? Yeah, so close. So close. Does the bat left the stupidest weapon in science fiction? Well, I personally don't think so. But some people do, and that's kind of bad. It's a weapon that promotes fighting style of graceful movement, no different than martial arts like Tai Chi or yoga. Isn't that a martial art, yoga? Anyway. What about the bolo? So we do have some weirder weapons here. What about the bolo from Goldfinger? The triple-bladed sword from Sword and the Sorcerer? Maybe that plunger on the Dalek? Then again, there's Kylo Ren's cross saber thing. How has he not lopped off a ear on that thing yet? If you're a fan of Nintendo Power, but threw away all your issues because you didn't see the value in keeping them, well, good job, because now all the issues are up on archive.org. You can see what's trending in 1995 and finally beat Mario or Zelda. And yes, the Olympic geeks are a thing. With that, they want to see, we all want to see events in real time. That was the biggest problem with doing the on-air stuff, is because they couldn't do a lot of them on at the time the live. And yeah, let me start over. All right. NBC will be streaming the events for the next 16 days live. You can watch it as it goes instead of, pre-recorded for something a little bit later. If it's 4,500 hours worth of events. And basically all you have to do, you can also get the Sling app. That's like $20 a month, and you watch NBC that way. But you get the NBC Sports app, and you can I have it on my Fire TV. You can put it on other over-the-top television devices, and you can watch all of this stuff The ultimate 16-day binge watch right there. Watch, you don't need sleep. Sleep is for wins. 4,500 hours, you're going to have to get like 5 screens or something like that, but you'll be able to watch all that content. And that is cool. This weekend, the anticipated Bad Guys Doing Good movie, along with Jared Leto Joker, will make people flock to the box office. It might also be Margot Robbie's best role to date, making us anticipate the Harley Quinn movie. Since the success of Deadpool, they're hoping the crowd will enjoy this movie, as long as they don't put too many Ryan Reynolds jokes in.
So, what are you doing in there?
Wait a minute. I'm a cat!
If you're looking for a family geek movie about cats... What, the Smurf? Well, maybe this one will work. Kevin Spacey will get the Shaggy DA treatment as he's turned into a cat by Christopher Walken. You know, he talks about 2 mice in a bucket of cream. Maybe we just needed a cat to get the mice out. Home releases of Halt and Catch Fire Season 2 and Supergirl Season 1 will be available on Tuesday. That way you can go catch up on both before their next seasons. You can also get ready for a Tyler Hoechlin Superman.
We work hard just so you can hear the 4 most precious words in human language. Goo goo gaga.
Finally, we do have the trailer for Storks, who are going to be replaced by Google drones anyway. So why not make a movie about it? Well, I can kind of see the conversation now with your kids. Mommy, how are babies born? Well, we go to Amazon.com and get the 2-day shipping. The perched drone at the corner goes to pick up, and bang, there you are. And that's new to this week. All right, we're back, and we're still live. Woohoo! All right, let's go from there. Of course, you can always watch this after the fact. You can go over to youtube.com/Geekazine. You can go over to facebook.com/Geekazine or Geekazine.com. We'll have the link in the show notes so you can do that and go from there. Be happy, and yeah, that's all good stuff. So let's get back in and talk a little bit about this. And I was going to get this set up, and I completely forgot about it, so we're just going to do it this way. Welcome. This is the Suicide Squad. You know, it's hitting theaters today, and you're going, well, okay, but what is Suicide Squad? What? I don't. You might be culturally aware of what it is, but might not have a good grasp on the whole backline. So let's try to catch you up just a little bit. Now, the concept is similar to that of a Kevin Mitnick or Frank Abagnale Jr. from Catch Me If You Can. This isn't working, is it? So let's move this back over here. I think we're at this camera. All right. So concept is similar to that of, who Kevin Mitnick was. He was basically a hacker. Frank Abagnale Jr. Was kind of a hacker in his day, although it was just about checks, from the movie Catch Me If You Can. While these are all true stories, Suicide Squad kind of uses that criminal turned consultant premise with supervillains. Now, the first Suicide Squad comic came out in 1959 in the comic series called The Brave and the Bold, number 25. You can check that out in newsstands. They got their own comic in 1987 with another comic reboot in 2011. Now, basically, it was about a team, first codenamed Task Force X, which in the 1959 version saw 3 good guys and 1 bad guy as they were sent to Dinosaur Island. Yes, that was a thing. The group was kind of like the A-Team without Howling Mad Murdock. So if you get that idea, you can go from there. Like I said, the comic was reborn in 1987, but not as a reboot, but as a revival. Amanda Waller, who is a congressional aide, went to President Reagan to bring the Suicide Squad back. That's all, folks. No, back. Rick Flag, who was one of the original squatters, helped as they put a team of good guys and bad guys together. The team consisted of good guys Bronze Tiger and Enchantress, along with Deadshot. These are bad guys. Deadshot, Blockbuster, and Captain Boomerang. The group went through other members, some notable members such as Bane, such as Hawkman, Poison Ivy, and even Shrek, although not the Shrek that you're thinking of. I don't think there was a character ever named Donkey either, so I wouldn't worry about that. The reboot, though, it was in 2011. It saw Waller recruiting Deadshot, Black Canary, We had Pandora. We had Harley Quinn. The comic also moved closer towards that Batman series in DC Comics. And yes, the A-Team was better represented in the 2011 version. So now the movie comes out today. You got a good idea of the background. How is this going to help in the DC universe, especially when they're trying to tell an overall story and really not doing a great job on that? So in the original, we still have Waller, we still have Deadshot. That's Viola Davis plays Waller, and Will Smith plays Deadshot. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. We've got Cara Delevingne as Enchantress, and Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. It also brings in Jared Leto's Joker, and hopefully I pronounce this right, Adelway Akin, and I got the camera on the way, Adelway Akinyo Adebaje is Killer Croc. And of course, so most of you might know him best for his work in the TV series Oz on HBO. And that's how I know him. And of course he's done some stuff since then, but that's the one big one that hits into my head. So, but the big question here is, how is Suicide Squad going to move the DC movie universe forward? Especially when this movie was supposed to be like this crown jewel, the unexpected underdog story that is really not getting many good reviews. And they actually went back in and tried to add more to try to beef it up, to make it funnier and cooler. You add to that the fact that actually the summer box office not doing too well overall. For any consumer product, I guess it's been down from 10 to 15% in 2016. We already saw a half-done Batman versus Superman, actually discombobulated Batman versus Superman. It's not going to be any Guardians of the Galaxy or Deadpool, even though they really wanted. We were hoping they were going to have that Deadpool-type blockbuster. But I'm guessing people will actually go into theaters and see it, but they'll kind of move on after that. It's kind of like Batman versus Superman. It's like, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, okay, I saw it. It was okay. I hope they don't give up on the idea, though. I love the underdog hero movie genre, and we should see more of that. Shows like Ant-Man, Jessica Jones, Green Arrow, Flash are very important to our Supermans and our Captain Americas. And we already know that they're working with Robbie, her Harley Quinn, to actually create its own movie and put that in the planning stages. Let's hope it's an original work and it matches what movies like Kick-Ass, like Deadpool, have all accomplished. By the way, there is a 1935 movie named Suicide Squad, but it's really not what you think. Not what you think. What do you think? What do you think about the Suicide Squad? Are you going to go see it? Are you going to wait? Are you going to, what are your thoughts on it? Even let me know your reviews. And of course, you can always video review them and send them to me over at geekazine@gmail.com or Twitter at Geekazine. You can do a YouTube, and then you just let me know about that YouTube video review, and then I'll come back and take a look at it, and maybe it'll be in next week's show. You never know. And we're still live. Yay! So I'm going to have a good stern word with Facebook and Epidemic Sound and go from there. But in the meantime, thank you very much for coming to the show. Thank you very much for enjoying what I have to say and how I have to say it. And I know a few of you are out there. We had a few, looks like we had a few good views here, and some people still watching. So good job, people. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening. Of course, you can check it out over on Facebook.com/Geekazine, YouTube.com/Geekazine, or Geekazine.com. Think Magazine. Put in the geek. You got's me. So, all right, that's it for this show. We'll see you next week. Yeah, we'll be doing this on next Friday, too. And we'll be adding more, having more fun, doing all the other good stuff. So you guys geek out and take care.